Don't be fooled. Do not be fooled by a real estate agent that is telling you numbers that are too good to be true or just numbers that you want to hear. I promise it's going to lead to disappointment. I can't believe how many agents are out there that will tell clients that their house is worth a certain dollar amount and will be able to sell it for that dollar amount just to win the listing. I've lost listings because of this. And it drives me up the wall because people are simply being misled. And what it leads to is three things. It leads to you being highly disappointed in the whole process. It leads to your house being on the market for a long time and becoming stale. And last, it leads to you getting less money than if you would have started the list price at an appropriate place to begin with. I mean, don't be fooled. There are agents out there. There are some unethical agents out there, unfortunately, that will tell clients what they want to hear just to win the listing. Don't be a victim of that. Hey there, everybody. My name is Darren Rivers. I am the Northwest Realtor, and I am head of the Rivers Group. And also, don't be fooled by this. I am a real estate agent in the Gig Harbor, Washington area. I just happen to be down in Phoenix for the weekend. It's February 1st, and I am out on a lake kayaking. So this is fantastic. But there's been some recent events that have gone on that I've seen that, man, I just got to make a video of. And this is not my normal. My normal videos are usually about educating people about Gig Harbor, why it's such a great place to live and things like that. But there's other things going on in the market. And, you know, most people end up reaching out to me for real estate related services. So this video is going to be more about listing a piece of property. It doesn't matter if it's in my area, if you live in Iowa, California, whatever it may be. If you want to know what goes into listing a property and the pitfalls not to fall into, man, watch this video. This is going to be really, really important stuff. Also, this is going to be a little bit different. This is going to be in a bunch of different clips because I'm going to put this on social media and then combine all these clips together for YouTube. So on the social media side, each clip is going to be about 90 seconds. I'm going to post one each day over the next, I don't know how many clips this is going to be, 7 or 8 clips maybe. And then on the YouTube one, they're all going to be combined so you can get all this content together. So if you're watching it on social media, check out my YouTube channel, which is Living in Gig Harbor. And well, that was a little bit of a weird pause. Okay, everybody, let's get into the nuts and bolts of this, into the real nitty gritty. And I apologize for the lighting. I'm just kind of spinning around here on this lake, and sometimes the lighting's good and sometimes it's bad, but it is what it is. I don't have a professional photographer or anything like that. I just do this all from my phone and give you just raw content, honestly. And the nuts and bolts of this is just transparency. And being honest with clients and setting realistic expectations. And you know, I've just been blown away recently at some of the things I have seen, and agents winning listings because they overpromise something to their client. And I already went through what a just catastrophic failure that ends up being. For me personally, it still sucks because after numerous price drops and 3 months on the market, well, that listing agent who was not honest to begin with still ends up with the sale. So I've debated my marketing approach to this, but I just can't go down that road. I just can't do it. I won't do it. So I want to talk to you guys about what I do when I do a listing, my approach to it, my pricing philosophies, see if they resonate with you. Please send me some comments about what you think about this content. All my information is going to be right here as well. So just let me know what you think and let's get into it. And I do want to say one thing is ultimately whatever you list a property for is up to the property owner. Part of my job as a real estate agent is to give you my expert advice on what I would recommend, but I am not the ultimate decision maker on that. Now, if you tell me that you want to sell a piece of property for $1 million and it's only worth $300,000, I probably will choose not to take that listing because it's just totally unrealistic, right? But if you think it's worth $50,000 more than I do, I would probably still do it and just advise you that I think that's a little high. Be prepared for feedback in that manner. And I would ask that we listen to what the market says. And that's the great thing. The market will speak. The market who sets the price. An able and willing buyer. You don't set the price. I don't set the price. An able and willing buyer, the market, is the one that sets the price and the value of your home. So if we list it and it's a little too high and the feedback we get is like, oh, it's a nice property, just a little overpriced, then we take that feedback and make adjustments accordingly, because this is not a rocket science. Sometimes we miss the mark by a little bit, and we just got to be willing to adjust accordingly and listen to what the market is telling us. Okay, so let's get into some case studies here, and I'm going to talk about a couple different listings that have been on the market in the recent past. One of them is actually currently, well, two of them are actually still pending, but I know the story with them, and we'll get into those. And while I'm out here paddling along, I'm going to have some video or some screenshots pop up of what you can see I'm talking about. But the first one is actually a listing that I lost. This was in the community of Canterwood. It was on Baker Way. And I went in for the listing appointment. And I told these people that I thought the house was going to be worth $1.3 million. That's what I thought that it would be worth. And so I was kind of recommending, if they wanted to get a little higher than that, maybe start at 1.325. Maybe a buyer would come in, the first weekend on market, and it would really resonate with them, and we could get it for that price. And that's when you're talking 1.3 some odd million dollars, $25,000 difference is definitely within the range. You're not being absurd there. So that's what my recommendation was. And then get this. This is what happened next. So what happened next is another agent came in the next day for her listing appointment and told those sellers that the house was worth $1.425 million. So over $100,000 more than what I told them. And of course, that's a new shiny object. What? I can get $100,000 more than what he said? Yeah, I'm going to list with you. And that agent threw out some other things that, they sell more houses in there than anybody else, and they know the market better than anybody else, and things like that. Well, what ended up happening with this house? So this house was on the market for, 86 days, I think is what it was. They ended up with price reduction after price reduction. And lo and behold, they sold it for $1.3 million. The problem is I didn't get the sale, of course, even though I was right. So I get a little justification I was right. I didn't get the sale. That other agent who told them an inflated number got the sale. And, I just couldn't imagine what that seller was thinking after 86 days on the market and price drops. And then they end up getting what I would have told them they would have got almost 3 months earlier. It's just, stuff like that, it just drives me crazy. So now let's talk about two listings that were complete successes. And this is the way I like to go. I love this strategy when marketing a house. One of these was somebody else's listing. I was actually representing a buyer going after this house. And then the other one was a listing that Ashley has. Ashley is on my team, and these are just fantastic examples of where you start at a certain number here and you create a bidding war and a feeding frenzy, and your offers escalate and escalate and escalate and escalate, and you end up getting more money than you ever could have dreamed of. This is the greatest way to go. And like I said, the market will speak, right? There is no way you can ever list a house for too low of a value. You can't. You are going to create virtually an eBay bidding war. I don't care if the house is worth $5 million. If you put it on the market for $1 million, you're going to get 60 offers that are going to escalate, 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 and they're going to climb up to what the market says it's worth. And then some, because people get emotionally vested and they don't want to lose these deals. I'm telling you, look at these two examples. Okay, so let's get into example number one of the ultimate success when selling a house. And by the way, all this information that I'm going to be showing you on these screens up here are all public information. I mean, these are on public websites, Zillow, and all those sort of things. So it's nothing, confidential that I'm giving away. It's information that you can verify on your own. And in fact, that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use the Zillow link for these. Just you know, just so it's all on the up and up. But anyway, this next house that I'm going to show you is on 101st in Gig Harbor. It was listed for $700,000. When I first looked at this house, I thought it was worth maybe about $800,000. So these listing agents, they priced it lower. And what did they do? They created literally a bidding war. And we went after this with one of my clients. Remember, list price is $700,000. We offered $150,000 over asking price. We were going to release earnest money. We did a pre-inspection, so therefore we waived the inspection. We waived financing. We waived every contingency known to man, and we still lost. Somebody still outbid us. So this is an example of, I thought the house was worth $800,000. They listed it at $700,000, and it ended up selling for well above $850,000. I know that number, but I can't relay that to you yet because it hasn't officially closed. But it went well above $850,000. Okay, the next one we're going to talk about is a listing that my team had. Ashley Ford was actually the lead agent on this one. But, you know, she consulted me and we went over the listing prior to going on the market, trying to come up with, you know, a recommended list price for our clients. The clients had a certain number in mind of what they wanted to get to. Frankly, I thought that was just a little aggressive. Not much, but just a little too high. So we kind of came up with a happy medium and we listed it for $1.25 million. And here's what happens if you just go slightly under market value, just slightly. On day one, we got an offer of over $100,000 over list price, a high earnest money amount that was releasing non-refundable earnest money to the seller immediately, waived financing contingency, waived inspection, a 3-week closing. I mean, it was like too good to be true. And this is all because we listed the house just this much under market value, and they got well above what they were hoping for. If we would have started over $100,000 higher than that, we wouldn't have got that. We would have gotten offers $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 less. So I'm telling you, there is no too low. Don't be sold on somebody saying, I can sell it for this much. I could say, I hope to sell for this much, but let's start here and create that emotional bidding war. So there you go, folks. You know, I'm sorry if I get a little emotional about this. This is a really important subject. I think some people are being taken advantage of or misled. And, you know, your home buying experience or home selling experience, well, both of them actually, they're both pretty stressful. You know, they talk about death, divorce, and moving are the 3 most stressful things in life. Well, if we can help take that stress off your plate, at least with the moving aspect of things, then we're doing our job. And how do we do that is to be transparent, be honest, set realistic expectations. My philosophy is under promise and over deliver. Never want to tell you anything that I am pretty certain is not the fact. Have I ever been wrong? Yeah, of course. Have I missed the mark at times? Yes, we all do. But to make a practice out of it and purposely do that just to win a listing to add to my pocketbook, man, I just can't do it, and I'm not going to do it. So that's it. My name is Darren Rivers. I'm the Northwest Realtor. I am leader of the Rivers Group, and we are always here. All of our information, again, is right here. Please leave any feedback. You know, give us a call if you have any questions. Put some comments in the comment section of this video. Whatever you want to do, reach out to us. We're happy to help, and we'll see you on the next video.